What's good, everyone? Aggie Coach here. All right, guys, welcome to another video. I'm going to try to make this video short and sweet. As always, in this video, I want to talk about the two divisions, right? I told you guys we got 16 teams, and essentially every team is going to have 6 games, but they have to play 4 schools within their own division, right? Now, we have more than 16 teams total, right? We have 24 teams total, right? But 16 teams are conference teams, okay? And the other teams are outer conference teams. So there are other schools that I'm currently building, but they're not a part of the conference. So, all right. So let's get into this really quickly. Since the next game that's coming up is Clemson and Navy, I might as well go ahead and do their division first. So let's start with the franchise division, right? So 2 divisions, Dynasty and Franchise, each has 8 teams. Right, so let's go ahead and get into the Dynasty division really quickly. I just want to break down the division standings so you guys can see what it looks like, okay? So right now, of course, in the Franchise division, there aren't any games played, so there's zeros across the board, as you guys can see. But this is how the rankings work. So the small number that you see there is their national ranking. And the 1 through 8 in the column is where they stand within their current division. And right now, everybody's just kind of randomly being put in there based on their previous schedules, wins and losses from previous seasons. They just put in order like that, right? Of course, all of this is going to be changing once games start. So let's get into this really quickly because I want to make this video short. So right now, first in the franchise division is Central Arkansas. They're ranked number 4 nationally in the FAT8 conference. And then there is Florida A&M. They're second in the franchise division, ranked 6 nationally. Then Clemson is third. North Carolina Central is 4th, ranked 5th nationally in the conference. Number 5 is Boise State, and they are ranked 8th nationally in the conference. And then you have Georgia, Howard, and Navy, okay? So, again, all of these are going to be changing. Now, let's move over into the wins-loss column. That right there is going to be overall standing, overall wins and losses, okay? Then the conference. The conference standing is going to be wins and losses, including both sides, right? Because the FAT8 conference is made up of both Dynasty and Franchise. So if a franchise team, if a team in a franchise dynasty decides, instead of playing an outer conference game, right, decide to play a team across division game, right, decide to play a team as an outer conference game, across division game, decide to play a team from the dynasty division instead of playing a team outside of the conference, then that's going to count towards their conference win. Okay, not their division win, but their conference win. So that'll count towards their conference standing, right? Which means strength of scheduling, and we'll talk about that when we get into the schedule. But essentially, strength of scheduling, ranked teams right now, nationally ranked teams come from both divisions. So if a franchise division team decides to put a dynasty division team or vice versa on their schedule, then it means that their schedule is tougher because they're playing higher ranked teams. They're playing, if they have, out of their 6 games, they have 4 nationally ranked teams, then their wins will weigh more heavily against a team who got 6 games against no ranked teams, right? So that's how that works. So you guys need to, that will be factored in to national ratings as well. So that's something we'll talk about later, right? But that's what that conference column means. Okay, now the PF means points for, and the PA means points against. So the points for is how many points that team is scoring, and that is cumulative. Over the course of the season, that number will change. That will also be factored in to national ratings, how many points they're scoring. But then what counts against them is points against. That is how many points they're giving up. So if they're winning games, but they're giving up a lot of points, then their rating is going to be lower than a team who's scoring a lot of points and giving up very little points. So that's also going to be considered. And then you have the division standings, right? And that is where that team stands within their own division, right? So that's those 4 games, those 4 division games that I was talking about. So that's right there. So this is the franchise division, guys, that we're looking at right here. So the only thing left now is to look at the team's schedule and see, what kind of strength of scheduling they have. How difficult is their schedule? That's what strength of scheduling means, right? So that's something that we'll be talking about later. All right, so that will wrap it up for this video. I just wanted to share with you guys what the Dynasty division, what the franchise division outlook was, what it looks like. And so what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to pull this graphic down. I'm going to try to take one more minute. Let's shift over. Let's take this down. Okay. All right. So let's shift over to the Dynasty division. So this is what the Dynasty division conference looks like. And as you can see, the division leader right now is Ohio State. And that is simply because, again, they have already played a game. So here is a good example. So you can see here, if you look at Ohio State, they're ranked number 1 in their division, and they're ranked number 1 nationally. That's across the entire conference, right? They're 1-0 overall. They're 1-0 in the conference because they won a conference game. They scored 30 points. They gave up 27 points. That 27 might come back to hurt them now. But they gave up 27 points, right? And then, of course, they're 1-0 within their own division because that Michigan game was a division game, right? So that's how that works. A&T is number 2 right now in the division, number 2 nationally. Alabama is number 3 nationally, number 3 in the division. The Trojans are number 4 in that division, but number 7 ranked nationally, right? Then Calgary is 5. Appalachian State, a new team to the conference. Right now, we don't know what they're going to do. They're number 6 in the division. Notre Dame is number 7. And Michigan right now is sitting at a goose egg. They are number 8 right now in the division because they are 0-1 overall. They lost a conference game. They only scored 27 points. They gave up 30 points, and they lost a division game. Ouch. So they're at the bottom right now. All right, guys, that is it for the division standings video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can hear, I am super excited because I cannot wait to get this thing going. Now that I got these 2 videos out of the way, we can start getting ready to play, finally. So you guys now have all the information that you need. I will be sharing the schedule with you guys as I introduce the teams. You'll get to see each of their schedule, and we'll talk about that thing I was telling you about, that strength of scheduling, which is very important, right? So we're going to talk about strength of scheduling for each team as we go over their schedule, and then we'll start looking at their athletes, their impact players, if they got all-star players, their seniors and sophomores and freshmen and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that kind of stuff later. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. And we getting ready to play. We getting down to it. I'm just about finished with Clemson's defense, so we just about ready. All right, guys, out of here. Later. Peace.